Hiding behind bushes like some stalker.
I want to go home. I want to go home.
Whenever I start talking, they just zone out.
始まるよ
Welcome to the Ryu Crew podcast, our very first podcast. It looks actually awesome.
It's our first podcast, maybe fourth attempt at our first podcast.
Considering that we have 2 phones and 1 janky mic.
Yeah.
We're doing pretty good, actually, for a start off. This is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
This looks like an actual studio. You even got the on-air thing. I don't know if you can see it over here.
Yeah, but it's not turned on.
It's not turned on, but we are on air.
To be honest, though, it probably wouldn't show up if it was lit up.
I'm sure you'll be able to tell it would. Yeah, definitely.
I think so. I think you'd be able to.
Okay, so what is this podcast about?
So, also, we only have an hour or something on there, right?
Yes.
I redid there's 2 SD cards in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is this podcast about?
So, I guess we should do a little bit of explaining of who we are, right? We're
Yes.
the Ryu Crew. We live in Okinawa, Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, Kit, Matt. We also have aliases, Rice Kit Speed Treat, Muteki Matt, and Mystic Fish Stick.
That's your.
Is that your
That's
thing?
what you say. What did you do?
I was like this.
Right.
I love it.
It's the
You
fish
should
opening
do
its mouth and then going.
Yeah, do that literally every time you start a stream. Hey guys, I'm the Mystic Fish Stick. That'll be great.
It's so catchy. It's so catchy and brandable.
Everything about your Mystic Fish Stick is literally brandable.
And actually, you know what I was gonna do with it? I was gonna make the little picture, right? And I was gonna make a tribute. I was gonna put my old YouTube name on there, but then in Japanese or whatever, on the body of the fish or something. So it's an old tribute, you know?
Yeah. Well, since we're recording this from our apartment, I think right in front of we were right behind a gas station on a main road.
Yeah, please excuse if you ever hear there's sometimes loud noises that come from either an ambulance or bosuzoku, which are motorcyclists, that might happen at any time. So just be aware of that in case it does happen. So
yeah. So what's the first topic we were going to talk about today?
So we were going to talk about why we like living in Okinawa.
Well, I think one of the things was, we do a live
podcast is a conversation between us. We don't necessarily talk to the camera, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a conversation between us.
Yeah.
You're supposed to ignore the camera. Otherwise, it's a vlog.
Well,
we're still learning the podcasting thing.
Yeah, well, normally, we do these live videos every Sunday in Okinawa at Ryukyu YouTube. Ryu Crew. We've
yeah.
changed the name
5
a couple
times. Yeah. I
But
think
yeah,
it's settled now.
Yeah, a lot of people watch us there, but we've been doing that for 2.5, 3 years now. I mean, we've been on and off.
3 years. When I think about it.
We've only been on and off once, I think, actually. But wanted to talk about some of our favorite places, because we've discovered a lot of places that we've been to.
Yeah, we've been to a fair amount of places for the first time.
Yeah.
Favorite memories that we have.
Yeah. I just kind of want to talk about what is the best places so far. We've really only gone to the main island of Okinawa, but
we went to Iejima.
Yeah.
We finally did something different.
Yep. Iejima, I'd never been to before. When we actually, none of us had been to before, and that was all of our first time.
See, that's actually kind of interesting because there's because Chris has lived here a long time now, but it's interesting that we finally went to a place where he has never gone to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really excited to go to Ishigaki with you because you've never actually been there.
Nope.
Yeah. That'll be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we should talk about our favorite lives and the ones that we least liked.
Ones that we least liked.
Yeah. I'm sure there's been a couple.
The
The least favorite memories. Actually, let's start with the ones that we didn't really care for.
didn't care for?
Yeah. I have one specifically in mind. The one live that I was like, oh, I really...
Okay, well, I'll probably piggyback off of what you're saying, because I can't think off the top of my head of something I didn't like doing.
I didn't like Bios on the Hill.
Well, we were in a really bad mood, though.
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of a rough day because we had just worked long hours. Mm-hmm. That was a rough. I kind of want to go to Bios on the Hill because I feel like the first experience was tainted for me because I was just in such a bad mood that day.
Yeah, you were.
Mm-hmm.
But
give it another chance, kind of thing.
Give it another chance. I did.
I remember having fun. I remember we one of the things we did was we played on the little wooden like obstacle thing or whatever, and when Matt and I were throwing like rocks into the swamp for some reason.
Yeah.
The boat ride was pretty cool.
The boat ride was cool. Actually, I did like the Bios. I mean, when you factor out like the sort of circumstances that happened before, but I think it was just like your energy was just you were like already very, very tired. You were
I was
wiped
exhausted.
Out. So,
but I think I would say my least like the one that I was kind of looking forward to and was kind of disappointed in was Okinawa World because like Okinawa World itself doesn't have that many things. Like I was like, if I was going to Okinawa World, I'd rather go to Ryukyu Village. Mm-hmm. But what really makes Okinawa World is the caves.
Right.
And if you don't go to the caves, I think it's completely like
what are you doing? Right.
Like you might as just well go to Ryukyu Village.
Yeah.
Especially like when they closed off all the Aesop performances. Mm-hmm. Ryukyu Village, you can just like watch. Anybody could be there, and you can record it.
Right. If any of you guys remember, like at Okinawa Worlds, they closed off the area, and we actually got a sneak preview because we were watching from the distance.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. We were on the corner just like hiding behind bushes like some stalker.
That's interesting because in one of my latest videos, it's coming out soon, but the top 10 things that I think everyone should do in Okinawa, I put Okinawa World on the list and not Ryukyu Muda.
I think Ryukyu Muda's better.
I think so too, but I was trying to tailor the list more towards like, if this is your first time in Okinawa, you're coming to Okinawa or whatever, like these are the things that I think everyone should at least do once, that type of thing. And I said Okinawa World, but maybe Ryukyu Muda would have been better.
Well, because like in my experience, like what you should probably do is, because if you want to do the caves, you could go to the caves closer to Onna.
Cave Okinawa,
because...
Which we've never actually been to yet.
Yeah, but Cave Okinawa is way cheaper than Okinawa World.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Okinawa World Cave, that's the third... This is what they call it. It's the third longest limestone cave in Japan. Mm. Which I don't know what that means. I feel like Japan just has to maybe title everything.
Well, I don't know. Like, the argument I could see for Okinawa World is that you get the whole experience, right? You get, like, a Ryukyu Muda, which is not as good, perhaps... But then you also get the caves. And it's kind of all tied together in that one package. The thing ended up being like, what, $2,000 per person?
It was expensive.
It was kind of a lot. Yeah, I don't know.
Expensive.
Even though I just made that video, I'm like, yeah, Ryukyu Muda I like better.
I always enjoy it. I feel like it's a lot more peaceful, too.
Mm. It's more traditional, I think, too. It's like the whole place is...
authentic.
Yeah, a little bit more authentic.
Authentic, like old Okinawan.
Yeah, because for it being Okinawa World, I feel like the authenticity of some of the things just wasn't speaking to me. Mm. Like, I felt like it was mostly a gift shop in the cave.
Actually, the most authentic part of it was the fact that they were playing Okinawa music the entire time, and it was, like, modern Okinawa music. Oh. But I feel like that was, like, the most authentic. I mean, I don't know, the other... good memory I have of it was just drinking the what's it called? Oh no, the IPAs are disgusting. I did not finish that, but it was.
They do have the mango thing.
That's really good. The mango and then the coconut. You can drink the coconut water, right?
See, my favorite thing of Okinawa World was just the fish, the Dr. Fish.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good.
They do have Dr. Fish.
Yeah,
that was fun, but. Oh yeah, we can't do it at American Village anymore.
Yeah, they got rid of the buildings.
Yeah.
Not only is Dr. Fish not there, the entire building is gone.
For those who don't know, the building was the Ferris wheel building, so...
Unless Dr. Fish is still there.
They might have moved it to a different location within the area. I mean, the area is so big, we don't know, over half of the area now.
To go to that area,
I'd like to talk about... some the favorite lives, but also the most surprising, like ones you didn't expect to be so good.
Oh yeah.
Actually ended up being really good.
Oh man, I've thought about that.
Well, I was gonna say Neo Park.
Oh yeah. Well, Chris didn't go to that one, but Neo Park was really fun.
But Neo Park was way cooler than I thought it was gonna be.
I didn't.
It's one of my favorite parks, I think, in Okinawa. I really like it.
Yeah, Neo Park is really cool.
And it's cheap.
A good memory I like was the ones where we got to go to, I think, Jesse's uncle's house in Nishihara.
One of our viewers.
Yeah. And also, we got to see Dina's old house outside
Oh,
Foster.
yeah.
Like, we were able to ask them directions. They'd be like, hey, where are we going here? And then and also, like, during that live, we got to go into that really cool Gundam-like shop or whatever with all
the hobby shop, Shima's
the hobby shop. And that was really
that
cool.
was all cool. Futenma.
And he actually let us like view inside, see all the stuff there.
That one was cool.
Neo Park is a lot of fun. I think my favorite has actually been like Sueyoshi. I like every time we go to Sueyoshi is a lot of fun, but also the hike that we did in the Okinawa Prefectural Forest. That was
Daisekirin-zan?
No. Daisekirin-zan was okay.
Daisekirin-zan was okay, but we actually could not get signal at all for that live. So
was that the first time you went to Daiseki? Like you actually walked through?
No, I think I went there once before.
Because every time I tried to go before, it was closed.
It was closed. Yeah, there was a couple times where I tried to go and it was closed, but I did manage to go, I think, one time 10 years ago.
My all-time favorite live has been the one where we went to Melody Road and then the Haunted Hotel, and then we drove through the mountains to that park. And it was like an overcast day the whole time.
Oh, yeah, that was like in May of last year or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And we had Buddy with us, right? Because Buddy was walking around.
Oh, yeah, we walked around the park.
And then I think Kit took her car because Matt and I were trying to get the sound of the Melody Road, and so we kept driving back and forth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Because I was like, we went to Melody Road.
Well, we decided to take that really forested area past the hotel.
Oh, yeah, we had no idea where we were going.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, the park with the little waterfall, right?
That place is really cute.
And the whole day it was really cool, and it was like overcast and windy. It was my favorite weather.
It was a nice day for May, from what I remember, because it was like not even 20 degrees. It was cooler than today, which is in the middle of February.
Okinawa's getting way too hot too fast right now. I'm unhappy about this.
I liked driving through the wilderness though that day. That was really cool.
Yeah, we kept losing signal.
Just discovering that park.
I felt bad. Nice. I didn't really care. I was having too much fun.
Yeah,
that was.
We actually weren't having that much issues with signal, but yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. I did like the Iejima a lot,
that one was fun.
It was great that we got to do something that we never did before, and we were kind of just going by the seat of our pants. You know, we went to the top of that mountain, we got to touch the tipple.
Yeah, the tipple. Tippleitis.
Tippleitis. Yeah. We had Buddy with us the whole time, and I know Buddy was struggling.
It was a little
that
hot.
day.
It was fun. It was a little hot that day, though. A little
That's
too much.
True, yeah.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. I think, what Iejima showed to me was... Iejima.
Mm-hmm.
I always get Iejima and Iwo Jima mixed up. What Iejima told me was, like, there's a possibility to do stuff outside of, like, the mainland of Okinawa. Because that was the first time we got on a ferry and took, like, it was only a 15-minute ferry ride, right? But it was like, the possibilities. Because Okinawa has so many different little tiny chains of islands.
Yeah, I mean, that's the easiest one to get to by ferry. But...
Because there's one, Hamahiga Island?
Yeah.
On the right-hand side of that is, like, right two little islands. And nobody ever talks about it.
Yeah, I don't know if they have, like, ferries that go... You probably have to,
I think there is.
Privately charter something.
I think you can take ferry... Well, I don't know. I've never heard of the ferries, though.
I don't know if they have, like, a regular ferry that just goes to that place. It's probably, like, you want to go. You pay for this, like... You're the only one going type thing. Like, this is your own private. You go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like,
100 people. We don't even know the names of the islands, right? At least as far as I know.
There's probably nothing on them, really.
I was thinking it was like Izenojima, but Izenojima is like to the north, right?
No. It's two islands, and it's called like Higashi and then Nishi, or something like that, or
East and West.
Or Kita and Minami Island.
North and South Island.
It's like Minami Daito, Kita Daito. But I think actually that might be what it's called. I think it might actually be called Kita Daito and Minami Daito. And it's on the right-hand side.
Are you surprising yourself?
Yeah.
You're like, that sounds right.
I think it is.
But, like, I think that's what it's called. But, like, literally, I think what Iejima really taught me was, like, the possibilities of Ryu Crew lives. Because we could go so many places.
Well, and, like, especially, like, with the fact that we were so concerned about the signal issue, and we actually only lost signal, I think, completely one time, and that was because we went towards this back end of the island where we knew there wasn't going to be signal anyway.
Which actually was by far the prettiest part of that island.
Yeah.
That was amazing. I wish we could have shown it on the live.
Because it was
the only place we didn't have
Dude, I wish we had more time, because we ended the live a lot later than I thought, because I would have loved to go back there and actually, like, get some footage. Because that place was so beautiful.
Yeah. It was hard to believe that we went to an entire other island, and we went back in the one day. But that's a good sort of milestone for us to see like what is possible, what we can do with these.
Yeah, I really want to start taking ferries to places. There's a lot of islands we can get to with a ferry, including mainland Japan.
No, I think the one that we could take is Kagoshima, right?
Kagoshima. We get from Kagoshima, we can get onto the mainland of Japan.
That's true. Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about two out of the paid parks in Okinawa. Which ones do you think are worth the pay, and which ones do you think are not worth it just visit?
I think Neo and Ryukyu are worth it.
Neo and Ryukyu, yeah, I would agree. Those are both. They're paid entrance fees, right? But I think the parks are worth it.
Mike's sensitive.
So.
Oh, you know what? Shikinaen Gardens, the Chinese gardens down south.
Oh, you liked that?
The north, not the King's Garden, but the one we went with my little sister.
Yeah, the one where like you can get to the very top and you can't see any ocean anywhere.
No, that's not.
No, that's not it.
Well, at the top of Shikinaen, you can't see any ocean though.
No,
that's not.
So we're not talking.
It's a park in the middle of Naha. There's no top.
Oh,
I forgot what it's called. It's not Shikinaen. It's the other one.
Shikunen Gardens.
It starts with an S, but I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I see it a lot. That one's fine.
It's pretty.
Is that an entrance fee?
There's like a 300 yen entrance fee.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean it's like nothing, I guess,
but yeah, I would say Ryukyu Village and Neo Park to me.
Yeah, Neo Park's definitely worth it.
Oh, I know what wasn't worth it. Well, I guess it's kind of worth it for like one-time experience. But the EAS aquarium down south.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been there.
I've never been to the aquarium, no.
I don't think we did it on the live, but I've been there with my little sister, and it was like...
I think it's a cool, like, modern aquarium, but I remember it being, like, really expensive for what it was, and, like, there's nothing really in here.
It is a little bit more interactive. It does have a section of, like, the aquarium where you can stand on top of this glass and see to the bottom of the aquarium. Because it's got like a thick plate of glass, and then you can actually, so it looks like
you're like on top of the ocean
like,
or something.
I did thoroughly enjoy that aquarium. Like it's a good, but just comparing the price to like other things, I'm like, yeah, it just wasn't worth this price.
Well, I feel that about Okinawa World. To me, Okinawa World wasn't worth the price.
I agree. Okinawa World is overpriced. I think it was like how much? 2,000.
It was like 2,000. I think a little bit more than that. If you get the cave, because what we purchased was the cave and the village part. I think there's another part where you can pay
for just. I think you can just pay for the park.
Yeah, just
you can pay for the park. You could also, I think, pay for like the extra museums and such, because sometimes they do the Habu Mangu show or whatever, where you get to hold like the python. Because I remember doing that one time. One time when I got peed on by a snake.
Golden shower.
Yeah.
No, I think Okinawa World is... I feel bad because I'm like shitting on Okinawa World, but to me, it's not worth the price you have to pay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and change my video before it comes out. Change it to Ryukyu Muda, because I think Ryukyu Muda... I was thinking that too when I was saying it, but I'm like, well, I don't know, it's Okinawa World. Like, it's probably better, right?
That's such a shitty reason to put it on the list.
Well, Ryukyu Muda is like... Okinawa World's like much more touristy and like official, and Ryukyu Muda I feel is like this sort of rundown park that like is kind of just in the back of some place that no one really goes to. You know what I mean?
It's more
like
authentic, I think.
So. Yeah, I think Okinawa World is like more like, this is for tourists, this is where tourists go, this is what you do when you're a tourist. But Ryukyu Muda is like out in the middle of like nowhere near really any tourist area. It's like away from everything. You don't really go there. it's not maintained that well. But those are all the reasons I kind of like it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It is maintained, I guess, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem so mainstreamed, I guess.
One area that I did like, though, was the area around the Tropical Dream Center, or like that village that was around there, too.
Oh, yeah. We were getting really bad signal there. I felt really bad. But the place itself was nice. Because...
Is that part of Ocean Expo Park?
Well, it is Ocean Expo Park.
Yeah, it's all Ocean Expo Park.
I do like Ocean Expo Park.
Ocean Expo Park is free, except unless you want to go to the Tropical Dream Center or the aquarium.
Which I think both of those
are worth it.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a drive, but it's not. Oh, actually, one of my favorite places we've been through, I don't know if I'd enjoy it after Corona, though, is the Bise Fukugi village, the place where it was all trees and stuff.
Oh yeah, because you went.
We went up there north when we were going to that cabin for our honeymoon. It was like.
Is that where I put my phone underwater?
You've done that a few times, but yeah. One of the times that you did it, yeah. Like it was kind of cool to walk.
It was really windy, right?
But it was really cool to walk through the trees.
Desolate too, right? I keep hitting the.
It's okay. Cord. But I think. I really liked that, but I can't imagine how nightmarish of a place that will be when the tourists come back. Mm-hmm. Because even with Corona bans and stuff, it was still pretty... Oh no! I know a really big place that I was super disappointed by.
Uh-oh.
And it's a free place. The Heart Rock. The stupid rock heart thing.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
You know what? I think they know that, and they're like... We can't charge for this. We can't charge for this area. This is dumb. And they're like, this is Heart Rock. It's an upside down heart in a rock if you look at it at this angle. And it's not even an actual heart. It's like kind of like down. Lopsided. Upside down, kind of lopsided.
Lopsided?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so disappointed with that. I thought it was stupid. I still think it's kind of an embarrassment.
I'd be yeah, it really is. That feels like such a cop-out place of like, Okinawa has all these things to do, like Heart Rock, and people go there and they're like, is this really the best thing Okinawa has? I mean, like, I feel like if tourists come and see that Heart Rock and they're like, this was recommended to me to see. Like, Okinawa must not have anything cool, you know, if this was the thing that was recommended to me.
It's so true, though.
It's like...
Have you been?
No, I haven't been.
Oh, man, we have to take you to this disappointment.
It's like...
I don't want to go based off how you guys are just making it sound.
Yeah.
It was I'm so just stupid.
Like, I would absolutely hate to be a tourist and be recommended that. I would literally think there was nothing on this island. It's kind of how I feel about... Miyako or something, where they're like, yeah, we just got a Don Quixote. I'm like, there's nothing on this island.
Miyako actually does have some cool things, though.
It does, yeah.
I mean, they have...
Actually, the castle thing is really cool.
Yeah, the German castle.
The German castle. Yeah, that is really cool.
And the story behind it.
The lighthouse that's behind it, too. That's pretty cool.
And then they actually do have really pretty beaches.
Yeah.
Like, a lot more than Okinawa does.
The ocean is awesome.
It's actually prettier, I think, than the mainland of Okinawa, because it's not so touched by industries and tourists.
Well, since we went to Ie Island at one point, maybe Miyako might be a possibility in the future.
Yeah, so. Miyako's like a flight, though.
It is a flight.
I mean, Miyako would be cool, but I would rather go to like Ishigaki or something. Yeah. Somewhere that's like known to be really...
Yeah, I think Miyako would be really popular, though, because we actually have a lot of half kids who watch us on these Ryukyu lives whose mom or dad were from Miyako Island.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people seem to be from Miyako.
My family is from Miyako.
Yeah.
Because Ishigaki is still a little far. You know, like Miyako is the next island over, so there's a lot of people who actually have families here.
And Miyako is the second biggest island in the Okinawa prefecture, so aside from the mainland itself.
Isn't Ishigaki like literally the next island after Miyako?
Yeah.
It's not far from Miyako, yeah.
I think it's the next island, and then the last one is
Iriomote. I thought Ishigaki was
not
last,
Iriomote.
and then Iriomote is before that.
No, it's the one with the ruins. What are they called? The underwater thing?
That's in Ishigaki.
No, it's not. It's past that. It's in, I did a video on it. Oh, no.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I always thought it was Ishigaki.
We could look it up. Anyway, another live that I liked was I don't know, some of the most random lives that we do, like when we were looking for the vending machine. As disappointing as it was to not find like the food vending machines that we needed to find, it was still fun to like have that.
I like those lives, yeah. Those are cool.
I actually, some of my favorite lives has been just exploring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those aren't as popular because, people don't recognize those places.
Right.
So it's not like Tsunabe or Gate 2 Street.
Those are the most fun ones, though, for sure.
Yeah.
But like, I think those are the ones that I like. But now that I'm thinking about it more and more, there are lives of places that I was disappointed in, and I just thought of one, but I forgot. Heart Rock was one of them.
Yeah.
But what else? There was one other one that I was thinking about. Oh, actually, one of the fun ones that was borrowing the RV from Okinawa RV.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was a fun live.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's like the places we went weren't like that exciting to me. Like,
I just remember
it was Cape Zampa and Zakimi, and like those are really cool, pretty places. But like we've just been there a bunch of times.
Cape Manzamo. Ever since they started charging for it,
I agree.
Going inside the little tourist area, right?
It's so lame.
Yeah.
Oh. No, Manzamo. Manzamo's the cliff.
The elephant cliff?
Yeah, the elephant
but
cliff. That one sucks.
Yeah, it's like, because you used to be able to walk around that area.
And that other one that they charge for, the scuba diving one.
If you're a scuba diver, though, that is a pretty nice place to scuba dive. But if you're not
scuba diving and you just pay to get in, it's
not as interesting.
Yeah.
But if you're actually snorkeling, that's a great place to go.
It might be, yeah.
I
mean, they really built that place up.
Mm-hmm.
Manzamo. Yeah, Manzamo.
I was surprised how big it was when you guys went there. I was like, holy cow.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there was like any sort of building like that one. I mean, there was like the little outside sort of outdoor plaza areas, but there was never like an area with like an escalator,
Yeah.
I was surprised by that.
Yeah.
If you Google like on TripAdvisor, Okinawa places to go, I noticed Manzamo is on there a lot. That cape with the thing, and I'm like, that's so dumb.
I think a lot of that though is
it's pretty, I guess, but I feel like I guess people like the rock formation. I don't know, because there's prettier capes in my opinion in Okinawa.
I think Zakimi is just as pretty.
Yeah,
or like the Mermaid's Grotto.
Mermaid's Grotto is really pretty.
Or even Maeda Misaki.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Those are all pretty places, but I don't know. There's Manzamo and the Heart Rock were probably the biggest disappointments.
I think Kita Nakagusku is pretty cool. The castle way up.
Oh, Nakagusku?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Nakijin was surprising to me.
Nakijin is really nice.
I was surprised. I really liked Nakijin.
Yeah, Nakijin is really pretty, especially for. I think out of the 3 Sakura places that you can go to in the north, I think Nakijin is the best.
Yeah, I agree.
So
that's the best Sakura viewing.
I mean, not only that, but it has just a very nice area in general, and there's not a lot of steps, so you're not dead when you get up to the top.
And it's like, it's got to be like the highest castle in Okinawa, I would think. The view seems like you're really high.
Yeah.
Compared to...
I remember back when we did those vlogging days where we were just there, like, in Akijin. So.
Yeah, we just had fun.
We actually, I think, during that live, we were on another broadcast,
yeah, because everybody cleared out.
NHK or something.
Yeah, NHK was showing, and then we just, stumble in.
And they're like, I think people were staring at us, too. They're like, you should go, or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, nobody gestured for us to leave, but...
yeah.
That was really
I think, Japanese are like, oh, no, they're filming here, let's just all leave.
Yeah.
We're just like, we should be on the news. Let's get in the back of their shot here.
Well, if we kind of talked about where we liked and where we didn't like, where do you really want to go? Or what do you want to do? I think that would be kind of fun to talk about. What do you want to do?
I do want to do another outer island trip like Ichigaki or Samami or Tokashiki Toka Kirama. Yeah.
Kirama.
I think those would be some really cool places to go to.
I was just looking on Google at Amami, and that looks really cool. Amami, what's the whole name? Amami
Shoto?
Shoto?
Daito? Amami Shoto?
Shoto, yeah.
Yeah, it's the island that's above Okinawa and like almost as big as Okinawa. It's really big.
Even Kudakajima would be cool too.
I want to do more fun stuff though. Like I want to do this summer. I really want to take people out on the water. Parasailing. Like it would be kind of cool to do a live jet ski. I would even like to do glass bottom boat.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool too. We can go to the
or I don't know. Maybe we could call the zip lining place and actually see if we could do a live.
Forest Adventure.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool. Well, that is a place I think is actually worth it. That's a lot of fun every time I go there.
Yeah. I would love to go to that. I haven't been there.
I'd be shitting my
pants. I feel like Kit is gonna have a rough time at one of the areas because I remember the last time
zip lines.
Every time I go, I always have one person that's just like so afraid at one point. It's like the zip lining is one thing, but there's this part where you actually have to get up to the top here, drop down, and then catch the net. The last time I went, I was catching the net and then my shoe dropped down.
Oh, no.
Really?
But they were able to retrieve it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I was just like, oh crap.
Dude, I am going to paint that sky brown every time I zip line.
The zip line, I think you'll get used to, but like that drop gets people scared.
How long is the drop?
Is it like a swing?
So basically, like you're like way up here, right? And then the net's like here. You drop down and swing to the net. And it's a pretty far drop.
That sounds fun.
And I know you're gonna like you already had that look of fear in your eyes.
I'm terrified. That sounds really cool. I'm like, I feel my butt clenching.
I'd love to do that. Let's go.
Dude, I couldn't do Did you see me on the lighthouse? I freaking...
Yeah, that's true.
I had a hard time on the fucking
lighthouse. I've had a couple people like, what was it? One person was trying to hurry this person along. They're like, stop! And then the other person was like, I want to go home. And like, so once you do that, right? So there's that part, and people get scared shitless. And there's another area where you have to they have like the normal course and the hard course, right? And the normal course is like these like thin planks, but they're pretty easy to walk around. If you do the hard course, you have to put your feet in like these little rings, and oh my god, that is a challenge. Like I did it because I I wanted to keep my man card, so to speak, right? But I was like, oh my god, there's so much regret just because it hurts.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it's scary.
The drop can be scary, right? That like everyone fears for the drop, but like that part after that just kind of like if you drop down, it like hurts so bad. At any point, we'll do it though at some point.
Bro, I'm scared. I'm already like my heart's already pounding so fucking hard right now. I can't even. Holy shit. I mean, those are the things that I want to do because I'm scared of it, I want to do it.
You want to face your fears?
But, oh my god, I'm gonna shit my pants. I just know it.
This is...
We need to get you a diper before we go to...
Yeah, I need Depends.
This is... Yeah.
I need some Depends.
It's gotta depend on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually, that would be a really cool live to do because I do like Forest Adventure every time I go.
I just wonder if we'll have data though.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that and see.
This is not really very Okinawa style of me, but I would like to go to mainland and travel. And
I agree with that.
I'd like to do lives there, especially at places that like no one. I mean, this is just for me, really, but I want to go to places that like no one really talks about. You know, I think that's why I liked like Malaysia so much, is because I knew nothing about it and I just really enjoyed it. I want to go to like a place in Japan that like
it's like very untapped.
Yeah, very. You know, everyone is just like, oh, we're going to Japan. Let's go to Tokyo. Let's go to Osaka. Let's go to Kyoto. You know, I want to go to like
an unknown area, right?
Yeah,
that nobody talks about.
Well, eventually, I'd like to take it even outside of Japan. Like, I would just like to travel.
Like even just like Fukuoka or something is like something that no one really travels to Japan. If they're coming to Japan, like you don't go to Fukuoka, but I would like to go to Fukuoka.
Yeah, Fukuoka or Hokkaido would be another really cool place to go as well.
Yeah, I think people
would be
do
really
go to
cool,
Hokkaido, but
for sure.
I would love to see Hokkaido. Yeah.
And actually, for those right now, the Snow Festival is happening. I think it actually stops tomorrow. But that's another thing.
Yuki Matsuri?
Yuki Matsuri.
Yuki Matsuri?
Yeah, the Snow Festival. They do like these really cool ice carvings. We were supposed to go this year, but
Yeah, I've
complications.
Seen pictures,
so hopefully next year we can go.
I've seen like vloggers and stuff go there. It does look really cool.
I mean, this kind of segues into the why we live on Okinawa thing. Because it's like, there's so many, compared to Okinawa, Naichi or mainland Japan has so many things to do, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, why stay on Okinawa when there's so much to do in mainland? Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you have an opinion on it, but I definitely do.
Okay, what's your opinion?
I think there's so many people who already cover mainland.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Like, I think Okinawa is so cool and kind of... I would say probably...
It's unknown, I feel like.
Well, unknown is one, but I think it's also underestimated. Mm-hmm. Even by Japanese people. Mm-hmm. I think...
especially by Japanese people.
By Japanese people. And I even think foreigners. Because there's like... I think Chris Broad, his first impression of Okinawa, and I've heard PewDiePie talk about it, they didn't like Okinawa. Mm-hmm. But I think... his second time around, he enjoyed it a lot more because he actually like experienced it. Mm. And I think Okinawa has a lot of cool things to offer that is very different from mainland Japan.
Right.
And like for me, I'm like, I'd rather be here and cover here and I don't know, be like just live in Okinawa because I could just go to mainland anytime.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I know you really want to live in mainland.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be lying if I'm like, oh, I'm in Okinawa because no, I like Japan in general, and we're in Okinawa because your family's here.
Oh, I'm from here, yeah.
And you're from here, and like, I like being in Japan, and I do really like Okinawa, but I don't know. If I chose, like, I probably wouldn't live here. This wouldn't be my first choice. Although I will say the positives to Okinawa that I don't think are in mainland. But again, I haven't really experienced mainland that much. But one thing I will say is the relaxed nature of things, the people, and like that. I think there is something to be said about like just not feeling high strung, high stressed, or always in a rush or something, you know? That's one thing that, like, coming from California got removed. And if I moved to, like, Tokyo or something, it would be just as hectic and...
if not more.
Yeah, probably more, even, you know?
Well, when you think about the couple of examples, too, like, Okinawan people are a lot more laid back and relaxed. Like, for instance, the guy that we were with today, the Sanshin guy, he was like, yeah, go ahead, film me, I don't care. Yeah. Or, like, even when we went to Iejima, the other girl that was a vlogger, you know, she wanted to collaborate. And I don't know. I like Okinawa's culture, you know. I've really been enamored with the sort of... And I wanted to get back into stuff like doing Asa and such again.
I know.
I'll say...
Or karate.
Another positive to Okinawa, although this doesn't really apply to me, but it could apply to other people that are coming or living in Japan, is the American influence and culture. If you're from America and you're someone who, like, maybe misses... America or wants American things or something like that.
Mike's super sensitive.
Yeah. Okinawa is probably the best place in Japan to be if you want to like still have an American influence or economy or have access to maybe American things like American people you can associate with. American foods are a lot more available here versus mainland. American... You can probably get American products here easier too, I would imagine.
Would you say that's true from an off-base perspective?
Yes, because when Sam came from Tokyo, he's like, I want to go have an American breakfast. And we took him to... Rose Garden. And there are a lot of American places like that here. Right. And he's like, dude, there's like one that I know of in Tokyo, and it's like 4 times the price of this. And you don't get as much food. And you don't get as much food. And this is like really good,
I think the one thing I really do appreciate about Okinawa is the meltingness of it. Like, because there's so many influences from America, and then there's also Chinese influences, and then Okinawa has its own thing, plus the Japanese. So there's like 4 or 5 different things that you can experience on this tiny little island. And I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. I know that somebody was saying this on TikTok the other day. They read a statistic or a vote thing, and Okinawa is usually voted to be one of the more friendliest of people
Yeah.
throughout Okinawa or Japan.
It's very warm here. I mean, like temperature wise, but as well as like the people too.
Yeah, people are really nice.
Yeah, I think there's some positives that like, again, I wouldn't be able to compare that well.
And if you're into like water sports, like scuba diving, surfing maybe not so much, but
yeah, I think Okinawa has a lot to offer, and I would love to experience mainland Japan too more.
And it does accommodate for people. Like if you like to go hiking, there's some really good hike spots here.
Yeah, I might have to give mainland
mainland is gonna win on the hiking for sure.
Pretty crazy hiking places.
Yeah. But water sports is one thing too. If you're like an outdoorsy, watery person, I don't know, like I know this is one of the best places, not just in Japan, but like in the world for scuba. Yeah, you know, and then snorkeling is really cool. Mm-hmm. There's all kinds of other water sports. Parasailing and parasurfing are really popular here. Jet skis, all that stuff. Yeah. Like, even if you're in like the southern side of mainland, I would imagine the water is still a little bit cold, especially in the winter and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Here it's like year round, even in the winter time. Like,
and actually, some people might say it's better to go in the winter because there's not a bunch of jellyfish here.
Yeah, that's true. So
except in the wintertime, you get Portuguese man o' wars.
Yeah,
because they tend to like cold water.
Those Portuguese
warring around the ocean.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Ryukyu has
Ikebazi Man of War.
The Ikebazi Man of War. Well, Ikebazi's Italian though.
Yeah. Oh, that's true, huh?
Yeah. But I think
you have to use my grandma's name, Mirage.
Mirage Man of War.
Mirage Man of War. I would say that Ryukyu has a lot of potential, and I am excited for all of it. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be a great year for content, as well as just the adventures we're going to have, especially now that Corona's going down.
Well, did you see that Japan actually, they officially they put the category of Corona down. Like now I think it's just categorized as a flu, as a common flu.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Japan did that.
Yeah.
As a country.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And masks, to my mom's chagrin, is now
optional. Well, not optional.
It was never mandatory, but even the government is saying it's up to you whether you want to wear it or not. So I think this summer there's going to be a lot of people who's going to finally take off the mask.
I think I am.
I see it now, even like among stores.
Yeah,
like less and less people are wearing masks.
I think I've been thinking about maybe I just should start not wearing a mask.
Mm-hmm. I still do it just for everybody.
It's like courtesy.
Yeah, that's why I do it.
For me, it's.
But I think in the summertime, I might just be like, fuck it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna wear this
in the summertime.
It's so brutal to wear. Yeah.
Especially in Okinawa humidity, it's so brutal.
Fuck this. And I kind of feel like I'm thinking a lot of Okinawan people might do the same thing. They're like, okay, well,
they're already starting.
They're already starting,
but especially when it gets super hot, I feel like people are gonna be like, nah.
I mean, it was brutal wearing it for 2 to 3 years. I remember my what was it called? Pimples and stuff?
Pimples.
Going a little bit crazy.
Dude, well, because the first couple years, I think the second year into Corona, we were working at that bento place, the meal prep place, and the kitchen during the summertime got so brutally hot because of all the ovens and all the stuff going, the burners. Holy shit, that was
even
hard.
Just the machinery on a closed wall space just reflects off the wall.
Oh yeah, it was brutal. I am looking forward to a less masked thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe in the next couple months, but when it starts heating up, I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm just gonna start.
Well, if
even now, I'm like, if I don't have a mask, I'll kind of be like, nah, I'm just gonna go in anyway.
If today's weather is anything to go off of, it's not gonna take too long for it to get any hotter.
It's supposed to get colder this week.
Bullshit.
No, I looked at the weather forecast.
What's cold for you? 19 degrees Celsius?
It's colder than it is now. Look at this. Look at this weather forecast.
Let me sit there. That's not cold, dude. That's still in the 20s.
20.
Oh, wait, that's Cupertino.
Oh, you still have Cupertino on there?
Yeah, I didn't delete
See,
it.
okay, the coldest it's going to get is 16 or 14
that's
degrees.
That's my hometown.
Yeah.
Yo.
14 degrees at night.
Well, yes.
Yeah,
19
but
degrees.
that's still cooler than it is now.
I don't know how you're like, I'm gonna, if I get a job in mainland, I'm gonna move to mainland. You're gonna like freeze like a fucking popsicle.
I should ask you what the weather is in
You
San Jose.
island boy.
It's all relative though.
You're such an island boy. You cannot live anywhere near cold weather.
Yeah, I mean, I do like my islands. You know, I like my island lifestyle.
I like my island lifestyle. I think I feel like I'm blessed to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I think one thing that sucks about being here that I kind of wish, but I think it's more of the lack of me trying to find it, but I feel like there's more YouTubers on the mainland, so the connectivity and the networking ability.
Mm-hmm.
But if YouTubers come to Okinawa, I mean, we'll be the first people they probably see on YouTube.
Exactly.
So they'll probably reach out to us.
It's largely untouched by the social media platforms.
I think that's another thing. I feel like we're in a good micro niche.
Yeah, I talked about this in my latest video, but one of the downsides I had was that lack of motivation. Like, it's like being relaxed all the time and having a relaxed environment has its perks, right? It's really nice. But at the same time, I kind of miss... There's a lot of people here that aren't really aspiring to do more or be more. They're just like content with.
Do you think the island lifestyle sort of works against that?
100%.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And it's like, I want to build something up to where eventually it gives me the means to not only let me live the lifestyle I want, but also I'm able to like help other people with what they need help with, or like what.
Yeah, but I think a lot of the like.
Sorry, I just noticed your nose is crooked.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you got like a little. It's like a. I think you need a chiropractor.
I do. I need someone
to adjust your.
Snap my neck
into place.
Does it look like it's a little crooked? Like it looks like this nostril's up than this one. No, it's just one of those things that I noticed. I'm sorry.
I don't notice.
I've never even noticed that.
See, now I can't stop looking at it. I think it's the angle. Sorry.
It sounds like a you problem.
Probably is.
Whenever I start talking, they just zone out.
That's not me. I mean, okay, so back on topic. So laziness people trying to inspire themselves to doing what they want to do.
Yeah, I don't even want to. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Sorry, the ADHD, man. I'm trying, okay? I am really trying hard to focus.
No, you're not. You're focused on my nose.
It's the thing that I realized. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, so...
But yeah, I want the means to be able to help the people I want to help.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for travel. That's one of my main things. Is like...
It would be cool to like be able to pay for friends to come here.
Exactly. I want to pay for people's trips. Pay for whatever work they need to take off or whatever, I don't want that to be obstacle for them.
Yeah, I agree.
But I need to get to a point where I don't have to do that first. Take care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then be able to do it for friends and family.
I think 2023 is definitely going to be a year of growth. I think there's going to be a lot of things we're going to do that's going to be fun. Especially in the summertime, I really want to take advantage of a lot of the things that we couldn't for the last 3 years since a lot of things are opening up.
Mm-hmm.
And really just live life.
Yeah. I mean, part of living life is just to have fun, Like, what's the point of exist? I mean, like, what's the point of existing? Like, you can work for whatever cause, whatever. But I think really you should have fun while you only get to live once. You only get to live the life that you have. I think you should go out and do all the things that you want to do in your life.
And I think Ryu Crew, this whole entire thing, plus like our individual channels, are really going to help with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because as content creators, you kind of want to push the boundaries of like what you want to show to people.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the thing that I liked about vlogs, doing daily vlogs.
You do things that you probably wouldn't do otherwise.
Yeah, because you're always looking for something fun to show.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something I do really appreciate about Ryu Crew in general. There's a lot of places I would have never gone to on Okinawa
had it not been for like the vlogs or the live. You know, the lives have actually pushed us to go to like things we haven't done before yet too. So
I think we've gone to a lot of places at this point.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I appreciate like we're getting more and more people watching us. Mm-hmm. I think, which is really helpful for I mean, like during COVID we had a lot of people watching us, but even now it's been growing very steadily. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, and then like people donate and stuff, and that's been a huge help for us to like be able to go to do better things, you know. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I think it's going to be good stuff this year, and I'm excited for it. Mm-hmm. I think this is probably a good place to end it. I think we had a good conversation.
Yep.
Awesome. Well,
it's the first podcast.
Podcast. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
If you did, make sure to hit that like button. YouTube.
Yeah, follow us on Ryu Crew YouTube.
And join us on our adventures, because I'm telling you, 2023 is going to be awesome.
Every Sunday at 11 a.m. GST. I think factor that into whatever time zone you have. Yeah. And if you don't watch us live, we do put it up on the channels for you to watch, like post broadcast. So that is also an option for you, should you not. And then if you know anybody else that's also missing Okinawa or has, because you know I hear it from all the time from my friends. They're like they feel really homesick after being away for 10 plus 20 plus 30 plus years, and they still think about Okinawa. It's like, if you ever have friends that are like that, please share with them, you know, let them also have that same experience. And you know, so
yeah. I think we get a lot of people too that want to come to Okinawa, or
want to return,
have a plan to come, or maybe they're being stationed here, and all those people end up watching us too, and they're like, oh, what's Okinawa like, you know? Or they don't know anything about it.
Yep. Well, thank you guys for watching. Ryu Crew out.
See ya.
Take care.